Well, look, governments come and go, but it seems Reserve Bank governors are immune from sanction. It was only last November that the Governor of the Reserve Bank, who rarely gets it right but is still in the job, said, quote, "It's still plausible that the first increase in the cash rate will not be before 2024. Then again, on a separate occasion, last November, he said, "I find it difficult to understand why rate rises are being priced in next year or in early 2023, unquote. So how far wrong can you be and get away with it? Many Australians believed what this bloke was saying. And now look where we are. You've heard me say many times that interest rates at the level we have recently seen couldn't and wouldn't last. Why wasn't the Governor of the Reserve Bank issuing that warning, particularly to young people? Instead, the banks, as always, care only about profit and shareholders, not customers. They're out of the starting gates as quickly as you like, and Westpac led the way last night. It will pass the full increase on, and other banks are following. This will add $200 a month for a household with a $750,000 mortgage, and if you throw in last month's 0.25% rate rise, then the person on $750,000 or with a loan of $750,000 will be paying $300 a month more, $75 a week more than when he took out the loan. And there's every likelihood of another 0.5% increase in July. By the bloke who said last November that it is still plausible that the first increase in the cash rate will not be before 2024. The bloke who said that is now warning of more large interest rate hikes in 2022. This allegedly to address inflation. Well, what was Philip Lowe, the Governor, addressing as recently as last November? No rate hikes likely before 2024. Which Reserve Bank do we believe? And can we see what evidence there is that this blunt instrument of interest rates will answer the inflation problem? As I said yesterday in relation to wages and the Albanese government, the Reserve Bank now seems to be saying, and yesterday I talked about throwing fuel on the economic fire with wage increases. Well, now the Reserve Bank seems to be saying to the government, if you do anything that might further ignite inflation, and that would be a wages breakout or significant spending, then the Reserve Bank will jack up interest rates again. I mentioned yesterday the wage increases to low-paid workers would have to be quarantined to them alone, or a wage breakout would further fan inflation. But there seems to be no apology or indeed no shame from this bloke, Philip Lowe, who said in November last year, it's only 8 months ago, "I find it difficult to understand why rate rises are being priced in next year or in early 2023. Well, Mr. Lowe, with the thousands and thousands of bureaucrats that you have at your disposal, and with more than 20 of them earning over $400,000 a year, and you are on over $1 million, your deputy on $750,000, yet you dish out this rubbish miles off the mark to unsuspecting home buyers last July. If you think we're going to raise interest rates in 2023, you've got to have a much more positive forecast for wages growth than we currently have, unquote. What he is saying is that wages growth will generate inflation and then interest rates will go up. Well, Mr. $1 Million Lowe, Governor of the Reserve Bank, there has been no wages growth.